I guess I gotta stand for you guys, right?
Hello, welcome back. Welcome to you who are new here. It's been a while. I mean, if you're new here, you wouldn't have known that, but it has been a while. I do apologize. I believe in my last video, I was like, I'm going to be more consistent and I'm going to be doing this more often. It's what I love. And then I kind of just fell off. Once again, I have no excuse. So I apologize. I do. I really do. I really did want to, but life. I'm at a new place. I moved, and you know how stressful that can be. Here I am making excuses. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. um, anyway, today we are going to make the little baby cat. Well, not really today. I did it like a while ago, but just now getting around to editing it. But he's a little baby cat. I don't have him. I don't have a preview right now because he is still packed away in the tote bin, which I believe my cat is currently sleeping on, and I don't want to disturb her. She's too precious for that. But he is in the thumbnail, so there he is. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so like I probably said in the intro, this has been a while since I have made this. So I don't really remember everything that I did. It's been months and there's been a lot going on. So I do apologize if it does seem kind of unorganized and a little bit everywhere, but I do really want to get this video done. I am also a little bit sick, so if you could hear it in my voice, I'm sorry. But I really, really wanted to just get back into it. So hopefully you could understand what I'm doing here. I just did what I usually do. I grabbed my core wool and I rolled it up into the shape of a ball to do the face. And then I seem to be grabbing more wool, and then adding the snout. Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm adding the snout. So I grab a little bit more of that core wool just to build the front part of the cat and just pretty much winging it. That's just kind of my style when it comes to needle felting. I wing a lot of it just because I'm not a pro and I haven't had enough practice to become a pro, but hopefully I can continue and get to that level. But all I'm gonna do now is just continue poking at it until I get that snout shape. I was having some trouble visualizing the little the snout of the kitty, so I went ahead and I grabbed a marker and kind of mapped out the nose and where the mouth was going to be. Pretty much just using it as a guide so that I could know more or less where I needed to keep on poking. Now that I am all done with the head, I move on to the body. So I go ahead and I grab another chunk of that core wool, and I'm kind of trying to measure it out to the head, but you do want to grab a little bit more than what you think, just because as you do poke, it does size down. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm kind of just trying to shape it into a sort of a barrel, I guess, like a cylinder. And it does take me quite a bit to get there. Needle felting is all about patience. But thankfully, with the magic of editing, I am able to speed up the process for you guys. And here it is, all completed. It is more like an egg shape, but it is what it is. I think it's best that way anyway. Moving on to the limbs now. If you guys have seen my previous videos, you guys will know that I often use pipe cleaners for the arms and the legs. I do want to one day upgrade to actual wires, but I have a bucket of pipe cleaners, so might as well use it. It's pretty much the same thing, I think. So what I do is I just go ahead and I get that core wool once again, and I wrap it around the pipe cleaner and just stab it until I get an arm and a leg. There are probably better ways on doing the arms and legs, and probably a better way to do the whole body in general, but this is just how I've been doing it, and it's been working for me, so hopefully it helps one of you guys out. And I think that's just the cool thing about needle felting and just art in general. Like, there's no set of rules you have to follow, you just do what feels right and have fun with it, you know? Speaking about doing what feels right, this does not look right. I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, these legs look so wonky and it kind of is looking like a turkey. But I mean, we continue, we move forward, we trust the process. So I'm just going to start attaching the legs onto the body. There are the finished legs in all their glory. Now it's time for the arms. I go ahead and I measure using the basket of bread, and I do start off with the pipe cleaners at first, but for some reason it just wasn't really working out that great for me, so I kind of just gave up on that and decided to just do little sausages of wool, just kind of just rolling it up to little tiny cylinders and poking it until I just get 2 limbs. And I don't remember why I didn't attach the arms just yet. I think I wanted to wait until I covered the core wool with the fur, which is what I'm going to do now. So for the kitty's fur, I'm going to go ahead and use this white merino wool. This is the name and the brand of it. I got it at one of my local yarn supply stores, and I'm not super educated on the types of wool, but it is very, very soft and feels super nice. Along with the white, I am also going to be using this creamsicle orangey light color, and I'm using this brush here to blend the two together. Now this is the first time that I use a tool like this. What I'm doing here is I'm just putting the colors together and brushing it out, putting the colors together and brushing it out until it is somewhat blended. If it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, if it looks like it's wrong, it's probably because it is. If you're wanting to learn the proper way for using this brush, I suggest maybe watching a different video after this one, of course, to get a better idea of how to blend properly. I probably should have done that before making this, but here I am learning as I'm going. So I just, alternate between brushing and then also, as you see here, using my hands to kind of just separate the wool and put it together until I get my desired color. And here's kind of a side-by-side of how the color was before and how it is now. It is a lot lighter, which is what I was going for. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the color onto the head. After doing this video, I learned of a better way. Oh crap, my cat scared me. I learned of a better way of attaching, or adding, I should say, the fur onto felted projects. If I could find a video, I'll link it down below because it was very helpful, so do my best to find it. This way kind of worked too. I mean, it worked. I just laid the wool on top and poked it in, and now I am doing the ears. So I went ahead and I used some triangles, and this also was trial and error, just like my freaking voiceover. Trial and error. I made the ears too big. I think here they're too big. Later on I think you'll see that they did shrink a bit, but pretty much just doing the triangle and adding wool to one side of it. See, they're a lot smaller now. And I attach it to the top of the head, and yeah. And I used felted fabric for the ears. By the way, I don't think I mentioned that previously. But now I am adding that original creamsicle color to the face, just to add a bit more detail and a bit more character to my kitty. Now that that's done, I am going to go ahead and put in the eyes. I used the little end of the eyeball there to mark where I want to put it, and then grab my larger needle to make that hole. Once the hole is made, I just go ahead and I push in that eyeball, and now he can see. Gifting him the ability to smell, I am going to be adding some little bit of brown wool for the nosy, as well as for the mouth. And you can see here it's just a little tiny piece. Don't need much for it, just a little line basically. Here is his little face seal done, looking cute, having trouble finding the camera, but here we go. And look, I changed the big eyes to smaller eyes, but he's looking cute. Now time to add fur onto the turkey looking body, hopefully making it look better. Oh look, magical arms. It looks like I went ahead and put some of that colored wool onto the arms and attached it onto the body the same way I did the legs. And now I am attaching the head. I left some unfelted wool on the top of the body just so that it could make it easier for that head to attach. Tail time. I also used a pipe cleaner for this. I think you could see a little bit of the blue peeking through. So whoops on that, but I'm just attaching it the same way I attached everything else, leaving a little bit of the unfelted wool, just makes it easier. And now we're gonna give him a little outfit. Yay! So I cut out some of that felt fabric to make a little apron. Have a little trapezoid there, just two long rectangles, and I found the easiest way was to just hot glue it. I mean, you could sew it, probably last longer, but I am lazy when it comes to that, so hot glue gun, just a lot faster. And go ahead and measure it around his body, and oh my gosh, he's looking so cute. I tie it around like you do with an apron, and I believe I hot glue that just so that it is secure. I then grab another little rectangle piece and put it on his neck for the neck part of the apron, and I hot glue that as well. And of course he needs a little pocket, so I cut out like a half oval shape little cup, and again I'll glue it onto his apron. Look at how cute and complete it looks now. So I felt like he needed a hat. However, I wasn't really sure how to make this hat, so I think this is a part where it kind of gets a little bit chaotic, I guess. I grabbed this little piece of pipe cleaner and just like roll it into a circle, and then got two pieces of felt fabric, cut into circles, and kind of sandwiched it together, hot gluing around the edges to close it up to try to make a hat looking shape. I honestly, I don't know what I was doing, so I apologize for this part. But after a little bit of bending here and molding it there, I think I did a pretty good job. It kind of looks like a hat, little paperboy hat, which is what I was going for. So, I think I did a good job. So there it is, his little tiny hat. I'm pretty much almost done here. I'm kind of just now adding wool here and there to wherever I think he needs it, and just doing, I guess, sort of the finishing touches. Here he is. He is complete. But wait, he is missing something. His loaves of bread. So I'm just here using a little bit of hot glue just to attach it to him so that he's holding it. Because what is a baker cat without his bread, right? I also put some glue onto his belly just so that, it's more secure. And he is holding it tightly. And look, it is complete. Completo. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sure if you do, Mr. Baker Cat will make you tons and tons and tons of bread. He is the best baker in the whole wide world. Trust me, I know. So it's best that you subscribe if you want, if you so please. Alrighty, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. There will be one. Bye.